gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce collectively the 2017 inductees onto the Comedy Wall of Champions in turn number 3. How about a big round of applause for Danny McNamara, TK, Tommy Kraft, and Ed Brunhustle Jr. Almost did it. Before we begin tonight's ceremony, we hope that you all take notice of the brand new Comedy Wall of Champions. From Eddie and Connie Partridge, Tom Gatz, General Manager John Elwood and the staff worked very hard on this. ASI Decal and Sign Company put it together. How about a big round of applause for everybody involved with this?
Thanks.
And without further ado, we will start our Comedy Wall of Champions inductees. Folks, he raced for a long time before he became one of the most well-known names in INEX Legend Race Car racing. He was a national champion for his division. He's the all-time leading INEX Legend Race Car winner here at Riverhead Raceway with 19 wins. His first came on April 29, 1995, and his last came on September 23, 2000. He also has a modified one here at Riverhead Raceway, and he drove for famed car owner, the late Joe McInerney, in the Beats Auto Parts number 98. That modified win came, Danny, on September 12, 1970. I was 12, by the way. He drove the Southampton Brick and Tile number 98. He was a scourge. He went up and down the East Coast to win the Legend INEX Championship for his category. Inducted today by Eddie and Connie Partridge, Tom Gatz, John Elwood, and everybody here at Riverhead Raceway, I give you the Mac Attack, Danny McNamara!
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to be back here on the famed quarter mile here at Riverhead. I raced here I guess it was, I was 19 years old in 1970. Third time in a modified. I won a 50-lap track record that stood for a long time. Many years later, maybe 5 or 6 years later, I left to start my own business. And after successfully doing my business, 20 years after that, I stepped back into the racing division called the Legends. I raced in 1995, 1996. I decided to run for the national championship, and I won 28 feature wins, 16 different states, winning the United States National Champion for my home track here at Riverhead. I want to thank my family and my friends and my crew, the number 98 modified Joe McInerney, and my crew chief Casey. My crew sometimes helped me with Richie Smith, Sweetie, Ray Smith, Tommy Anderson, Lippy Cohen, Bill Ellison, amongst others. I want to thank my brothers Jimmy, Terry, Gary, and Mick. Thanks to Buzz Chew and his crew for all the help they gave me, because it was only me and my wife doing this, and they would help me so much. Toscano, Southampton Masonry, Strong Oil Company, Moworth Auto Body. I'm John Bagshaw, two who were champions, and they ran me so clean, but I'm sure if they could have caught me, they probably would have done something different. Dennis Newell, who once put me in the fence up here, and says he's my friend, but we beg to differ on that. I love you, Dennis. To my friend Dave Hawk, who in fact was a great driver himself, he constantly pressured me to do better, to try harder, to feel it. He did, and he made me the champion that I am, and I thank him so much. A big shout out to my crew chief in Florida, Lenny Fannin, and his sidekick, Rocco, who by the way makes the best coffee in Central Florida. To my kids, Dan, Dean, and Shannon, and to my wife, Denise, my best crew chief, one of the best and beautiful crew chiefs you could ever have. Thank you, honey. Yes, we were champions here, champions in New England, champions in the New Jersey area. But it was always here, Riverhead, that was closest to my heart. And I was to take a phrase from an old Marine who once said, "Old race car drivers never quit. They just fade away." And for tonight, I say goodbye as an old dirt car driver that came out of the dirt roads of Watermill, who ended up at the famed Riverhead Raceway and became a legend. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Good night and goodbye, and God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Danny, if you join Connie, Eddie, and Tom right in front of it, we'll do some shots. Well, we'll do some pictures. We'll do shots later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next. Take some pictures. Like gather. Fourth. He's fourth on the all-time figure eight win list here at Riverhead Raceway. He won 29 times over a 16-year career. His first win came on May 18, 1985. His final win came on July 12th, almost a few years ago to the day. Well, 9 years ago to the day. July 12th, 2008. He's a three-time track champion here at Riverhead Raceway, 1986, 1998, 2006. He also is a current NASCAR official here, and anybody back in the day that thought you'd see this uniform on this guy, you had to be drunk. He remains an ambassador for the figure eight division here, as he promotes the figure eight division endlessly and tirelessly. We talk on the phone all the day, every week about where are the cars, what do we got to do, what do we got to do? And I'll tell you what, he just loves the figure eight. I might be figure eight Bob, but this guy lives, breathes, and dies figure eight racing. Now, he's also joined by his good buddy Tom Ryan, who won 12 times here at Riverhead Raceway from Hendrick Motorsports. They were the frickin' frack back in the day of the figure eight division. Ladies and gentlemen, joining his rightful place on the Cromartie Wall of Champions, TK Tommy Kraft. Thank you, Bob.
This is actually the best part of
My wife, without their support, my career wouldn't have been possible. And
Brennan, I don't want you up there.
definitely have to thank Connie, Eddie, Tom, Don Elwood for having a place to race, you know. Like they said, we talk all the time about getting more figure eight cars out here. Well, we're going to start expanding all the other cars out here to keep this place going. There's a lot of people that have helped me over the years. Unfortunately, 3 of my car owners have passed away, but I have a few of them here tonight. Ronnie Sprague, longtime car owner, great equipment. He always gave me everything I needed. Gary Fritz always gave me everything I needed. And Rick Swanson been with me my entire racing career. When you can keep a crew chief for 30-something years, that's amazing. And he's dedicated and still working on the figure eight cars. Sponsors. Nobody goes racing without sponsors. Grant and Gail Williams from Northeastern Office Equipment. I've been with them for 20 years. Just like Chuck Sawyer's been with them for 25 years. Deeply thankful. Other sponsors that have come along during the years, John Wellman, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Four Seasons Sunroom, Michelle couldn't make it tonight, Tommy Guiden couldn't make it, but I don't want to hold this up much longer. You know, my original car owner that I went to high school with, that started my racing career, Billy Webster and the Webster brothers, Billy
passed away, but I would have never been racing without Billy Webster because I couldn't afford to do it, and he made it all happen. And again, another thing, you know, I got to thank Eddie and Connie. My son Fred is living the dream life that he always wanted, and that happened because of Eddie and Connie. So please, everybody, support the racetrack. Keep this place going. Thank you. TK Tommy Kraft, ladies and gentlemen. All right, come on, you old guys. Come on, we're talking about our backs before in the pit area. No, neither one. No, they'll ruin my pants. Ladies and gentlemen, no name is more synonymous with stock car racing on Long Island than the famed Brunhutzel name. That depends. It doesn't matter what side of that Brunhutzel name it is. It could be the Eddie Brunhutzel Sr. or George Brunhutzel Sr. side of the fence. Now, Eddie Brunhutzel Jr. won some 22 feature events here at Riverhead Raceway. His first win came on July 27th of 1985. His final one came on August 9th, 2003. But there was none bigger and none more popular of his 22 wins than what occurred on June 24th, 1995, when Eddie won the Miller Lite 201 for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour in his Beats Towing, Bill's Towing, Dormer King number 8X. He remains, some 22 years later, the last bona fide Riverhead Raceway regular to win a modified tour race here at Riverhead Raceway. He stays active today with his son, Eddie III, who will run the 77 tonight in the East Side building, J-Tech Electrical Contracting, number 8X. And by the way, we talk about the Baldwin Memorial. Wayne Anderson was the first to win that. The first driver to win the Richie Evans Memorial back in 1986 was this young man over here. The Well-Built 61 brought to you by Mike Whalen and the team at Well-Built Auto Wreckers. He won the first race for Richie Evans. So this man has a lot of history here. He joins his father, Ed Brunhutzel Sr. in the 333 on the Wall of Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you, Eddie Brunhutzel Jr.
Thank you, Bob. It's going to be tough to add back, but I'll see what I can do. No, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Thank you. Made a lot of good friends over the years. Met a lot of nice people. Every one of you has helped me in one way or another. So this dedication isn't for me. Big roots, sponsors.
Good, so pretty down here.
I have to thank my wife Denise for everything she put up with. And all my kids for putting up with me for all the years. Couldn't have done it without all of this. Thank you.
Not bad. The boss by Ira. He drove for Joe and Terry Petruccio in the Gershon Recycling Long Island Truck Parts Machine. He was a stud back in his number 51 Pinto back in the days of Isom Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, Wall of Fame on the Comedy Wall of Champions. How about a big round of applause for Eddie Brunhutzel Jr. and TK Tommy Kraft and the Mac Attack Danny McNamara.